Good morning, everyone. This is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and as usual, every day, every weekday of the week, from Monday to Friday, you better have your cup of coffee ready. You better have a cup of magic ready because we are going to start off the day right with coffee and MTG with me. If you got questions, I've got answers. Let's have some wonderful discussions about Magic the Gathering. Do you have trouble with strategy? Do you want to know how to get into Modern? Maybe how to get into Pioneer? How to start off your collection? What did I do when I started things off in Magic? Ask me and I'll give you the answers. And we know we all got it. We're all quarantined right now. We're all stuck at home. So let's stay at home together and talk some Magic every single weekday of the week until this is all over. We're probably going to keep doing this show afterwards. This show has received so much support. I don't see any reason for it to not do it. So thank you, everyone who shows up every single day to drink a nice, delicious cup of coffee with me and talk some Magic. Absolutely delicious. So we already got Courtesy is in the house. Courtesy, welcome. Good morning. Good morning to everybody who's just showing up. And just little updates with myself. I'm getting used to being a streamer, doing all these streaming things, being live, reading the chat and stuff like that. And I feel like in the beginning it was a little rocky playing and reading the chat and playing at the same time. But I think I've got it all figured out. My new strategy is just pay attention to the competitive part of the game first, read the chat later. Because if you're doing two things at once, you can end up being like way too distracted. But I'm getting it. I'm learning. I can learn. That's just how it is. And what else do I have in store? Today is Friday, so I'm going to be playing some Modern Merfolk today. I have an itch for mono blue. You know what? There's a lot of prowess decks out there. There's a lot of burn decks out there. I have something called Master of Waves that can teach them a lesson. Something about protection from red. Protection is not what it used to be. They don't print these things on cards that much anymore. Fortunately, Master of Waves was still printed around an era where protection from something exists. We're going to protect ourselves against those burn decks. So good morning, Mikey J100. Wasias is here from Norway. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning to Josie, too. I'm sure she is around. G Castard, good morning. And Rum Jagger is here. Beautiful cat avatar. Love the avatar. So good morning to Dexter Johnson. Good morning to everybody. Oh, Tuxdev, of course. Thank you very much. Good morning, Tuxdev. So as usual, if you have any questions, you can give the @NikachuMTG, or you can also put 3 question marks before your question, 3 question marks after the question. Helps me find the questions inside the chat. So yeah, I'm itching to play some mono blue today on my stream, and I hope to crush all the red decks with Master of Waves. Master of Waves, very hard to get positioned, but with all the red decks running around Modern right now, probably has some influence because of Lurrus. I think a lot of people bought into burn decks and prowess decks. For example, at the onset of the companion metagame was super burn heavy because they found out, hey, if we just jam 4 Mishra's Baubles, right? 4 Mishra's Baubles and a Lurrus in the burn sideboard, and nothing else changed. Like literally nothing else changed. Everything was the exact same. All the creatures were the same. All the spells were the same because you can play 3 mana. You can play 3 mana plus spells in your burn deck because they're not permanents. Lurrus only restricted the permanents. Only permanents in the deck are like Grim Lavamancer, Eidolon of the Great Revel, Swiftspear, Goblin Guide. So there's a lot of burn decks that were bought during the companion metagame because of Lurrus. And in addition to that, eventually people found out that black-red prowess was probably the best Lurrus deck, and that ended up dominating a huge chunk of Modern. And now that the companions have been nerfed, you have to pay 3 mana for this Lurrus. It doesn't seem like it's so worth it anymore, but people still have those cards. People still have the burn cards that they bought into. People still have the prowess cards that they bought into. So I am not surprised that there's going to be a lot of burn and mono red prowess as a residual effect of the basically the creation of the companions, and now that they've been nerfed, we're still going to see them in the metagame in pretty large numbers. Good morning, Gills to pay the bills. Morning Twitch notifications are weird. Just show up. Just show up when we're... Well, I'll admit that I'm a little tardy sometimes. I should be more vigilant about when I start this. But remember, Coffee and MTG, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Convert that into the time zone that you belong to in this world and show up just here. Don't rely on Twitch. Just rely on me. And even if I'm not there, I'll be there in like 2 minutes. You know, I took a quick bathroom break before I started this stream. If you're watching on YouTube, like whatever, you're just watching it when I publish it there. So it's all good. And don't forget that if you want to watch me stream some gameplay, I do play gameplay on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 1 o'clock Central Standard Time in the afternoon. And today we're going to be playing some Mono Blue Merfolk in Modern. And don't forget that if you are watching this on the replay, if you want to watch it live, come over to twitch.tv/Nikachu MTG and come bring me your questions. Let's hang out. Let's have some fun. Stream Elements says that the show is live now. But where am I? Am I in Magic the Gathering? I better be in Magic the Gathering. I am. Looks good. It's sweet. Twitch ads are just what I want to see when I click on a live stream. Thank you, Twitch app. That's why don't worry. For everyone who's jumping in live, I just BS around for the first 2 or so minutes. I mean, we're 6 minutes into this thing and we still have a good chunk of BS. Oh, Lord Magicus just subscribed. Thank you very much, Lord Magicus. Also, my single only supporter on, what's it called? Subscribe Star, Lord Magicus. So Lord Magicus spreading the subscription and the love. Also, I also have to thank Lantern, who also subscribed. So he subscribed while we were not live. So thank you very much, Lantern. Thank you very much, Lord Magicus. Big hearts. Lord Magicus, enjoy ad-free Nikachu. So what? If you subscribe, you don't get the ads anymore? Is that how it is? You pay to get rid of the ads? It's a win-win for everyone. I get money. You don't get ads anymore. You get to see the whole thing. Yes. Thank you very much. I take it all in stride. Good morning, my fish folk. Reformed one trick. That credit goes to Courtesy SCL for gifting. Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Courtesy. Thank you very much, Courtesy SLC. Who's gifting stuff? Oh, I see. Courtesy SLC gifted a tier 1 sub to Lord Magicus. It just doesn't show up on my my other client. It shows up on OBS. I got to pay really close attention to these things because at the meantime I don't see anything. Or I don't see the details. Maybe I get to see the details afterwards. So anyway, thank you very much to Courtesy SLC. Where are you in here? There you go. Courtesy SLC. Thank you very much for supporting the Coffee and MTG community. We're not quite partnered here, Reformed One Trick. I am an affiliate, which basically means I'm partnered. The only difference between, as far as my research, the only difference between the affiliates and the partners is they get more emotes. So like that's it. I'm basically a partner. Except I'm not under the complete chains of Twitch. They have like more strict rules for the partners. Nikachu, did you see that sweet unsubstantiate reprint no one asked for? I did not see it. Is there an unsubstantiate? Let's look. Unsubstantiate for 2021. Oh yeah. Do we have a better picture? No, we don't even have a better picture. We have the exact same picture. Hold on. Let me prime this for everybody. And then share it. Oops, I got to share the screen. There we go. Return target. Return target spell or creature to its owner's hand. No one asked for this. No one asked for this at all. Barely seen play. Maybe. Well, hold on. Do we? No, it doesn't matter. I mean, this might help someone in standard, but that's about it. That's about it. All right, we did our best. Maybe they'll give us something. Looks like this is going to be the set for goblins, though. You know, they didn't really fail goblins last year with what's it called, Modern Horizons. They gave goblins a lot of stuff, but then gave us Plague Engineer, which is not what we wanted. So they tried to help us, and then they tried to destroy us. Goblins doesn't need any more help. You could help goblins by just banning Plague Engineer. You'd also help the rest of us out by banning that stupid card. But anyway, this looks like it's the set for goblins. I've seen a lot more goblins cards spoiled. Yes, we saw that. Yeah, so we are an affiliate, Reformed One Trick. Remember, if you have any questions, just go at Nikachu MTG or 3 question marks before the question, 3 question marks afterwards. Helps me find the questions. Daz90 with the first question. Hey, Nikachu, what do you think are the best contenders in Modern now? I would not be surprised, as usual, it's going to be Eldrazi-Tron. Eldrazi-Tron, super powerful deck, and I would say it would be the single most dominant deck, except apparently it still has, Snow Control will give it a run for its money. So Snow Control will still give it problems. It's a very powerful, very aggressive, just a card advantage engine. And Snow Control will still keep that sort of Eldrazi-Tron in check, even though, well, whatever. It's got a lot of answers. You know, Icefang Quad will block something is very convenient. You know, Eldrazi-Tron can make things uncounterable, but whatever. They don't need to rely as much on counter spells. And of course, the Amulet matchup, which I think is also going to be like a big deck, is also keeps like Eldrazi-Tron in check. So I think big decks, Amulet, Eldrazi-Tron, Snow Control of some sort, either Blue-White or Bant, and I would throw in some sort of red deck, either Burn or Mono Red Prowess. Those decks are super powerful, super strong, would not underestimate any of them for a second, and especially since there is, and maybe Prowess and Burn aren't the best positioned, but there are just so many of them in the metagame, thanks to how Lurrus like encouraged people to buy into them, that I think that there's going to be a lot of them in the metagame, and they're still going to do well. They're still going to do well. Make no mistake, they're not going to do badly, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think that if you want to be able to win in this metagame, you have to be prepared for Burn and Prowess, which is why even as a Merfolk player, I want to lean away from Simic. Just that mana base is a little painful. Breeding pools, the waterlogged groves, I don't really want to touch that right now, and I want to move to mono blue that can better utilize Master of Waves, that has a less painful mana base. I play with some Horizon lands, but not too many, and gives me a lot of stabilization and game against those decks. So those are my adjustments based on what I think is going to come at us in the current Modern metagame. And yeah, that's about it. I think that's what we have to watch out for. Casual GC, have we discussed Mistcast and how much worse it is than Spell Pierce for Merfolk? Let's see if we've got that on Scryfall. Oh, you got to be kidding me. We don't have Mistcast yet? Oh, no, it's Miscast. All right, so yeah, this card is probably more of a standard card. Well, honestly, okay, it can see modern play. Anything that's 1 blue has potential, all right? So anything with 1 blue is possible. Counter target instant or sorcery spell unless its controller pays 3. Now, an interesting thing about this card is that I think in a lot of the scenarios where you do want to counter an instant or sorcery, your opponent will not have 3 mana up. Now, one exception might be Gift Storm, like when they're ritualing all over the place, and when they're storming off, they have like a huge abundance of mana. So like you can counter a ritual, but really what you want to do is counter like the Gifts Ungiven that they cast. And by the time they have Gifts Ungiven, they can pay for this basically. Maybe in some case, paying the 3 means that they fizzle for the turn and they have to like combo off the very next turn. But in general, Mistcast is well, anyway, I understand Spell Pierce hits way more cards, but that 2 mana is a lot easier to pay than 3. I think 3 is a little bit more of a stretch than usual. But in any case, in general, I agree. Spell Pierce is just way better. The ability to hit the artifacts, the ability to hit the planeswalkers is going to be worth it, the fact that it even costs one less. So I don't know exactly who wants to play this over Spell Pierce. Maybe some Delver deck, maybe some Snapcaster Mage deck. It's like, because it's as you have already pointed out, it's just like a marginal upgrade for like half of Spell Pierce, right? It's just like it's so tiny. But I can tell you from experience, it's a lot easier for people to pay 2 mana than it does to pay 3. That being said, at least for Merfolk players, the most dangerous spells for us are Planeswalkers, are artifacts, and occasionally enchantments. It's not the instants and sorceries. Like most of the instants and sorceries, they're just killing the creatures. All right, let the creatures die. I don't care. I got more creatures. The deck is full of creatures. You kill a creature, I'm going to replace it. I'm going to put another creature on the board. And then what are you going to do? Are you going to kill that one again? I'm going to replace it with another creature. That's what Jund and Death Shadow think they can do. And it doesn't work out for them, does it? No, it does not. We just have unlimited creatures. So at least for Merfolk, we do not care about the instant and sorcery clause so much that we need to tax it so much. Spell Pierce is still obviously much more versatile. Who's going to play this? I'd be very curious to see. Let's see. Maybe it's for combo decks that need to defend their combo and they want to run Spell Pierce of some sort, or I don't know. No, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just talking out of my ass here. I have no idea who wants to play with this card, but for 1 blue, maybe some deck really needs that 1 extra mana. They don't care about artifacts, planeswalkers, or enchantments. They just have to deal with instants and sorceries. Specifically sorceries, because Dispel is just a hard counter for the instants, and they would need miscast. So we're gonna wait and see how this goes. Let's see. I didn't happen to get any more things. Oh, we got Reform Trick. Reform Trick subbed. Oh, thank you very much, Reform Trick. Oh, the love. I don't have like a celebration. Does anyone see on the stream when someone subs? So I heard someone said they see something, but they don't hear anything. But I don't know. From my perspective, I've seen nothing. I see nothing. I hear nothing. We see in the chat on Twitch. Is that it? Okay, so I still have to establish something in like, I don't know, OBS or something. Yeah, I know. I haven't set up anything. Oh, we got Willie Hall here. Willie Hall, are you available? 1 o'clock to 4, somewhere between 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock Central Standard Time on Wednesday. We got to get that 2x modern thing set up. No ban list. You can play anything. We'll ban Eye of Ugin. I think that's a little bit busted, but everything else is good. You let me know, Willie Hall. You call me. You got my DMs. We talk in the DMs and stuff. So you let me know. We're gonna play some 2x modern because I hear some people they're interested in 2x modern, and also same thing to Lord Magicus, who said he was interested in some 2x modern. So Lord Magicus, you let me, if you're available maybe on Wednesdays, or let me know if you're available at all during my streaming days. I should spend some time designing some lists to try. Sure. And remember, no ban. I will just say let's ban Eye of Ugin, because based on the no ban list modern, Eye of Ugin is still a problem. So we're gonna be a little careful. The rest of it should be okay. 2x mod, and that's the point. I want to prove that the point is to prove that like we don't need to ban cards as much, because limiting it to 2x cards is like more fair. It's more fine. You won't get those Deathrite Shaman hands as often. Oko won't show up as often, but whatever. Can't play during the day. I don't get home till like 5:30 p.m. You know what? We're gonna figure something out. We'll figure something out, Lord Magicus. Maybe on a Saturday or something. We're gonna make an exception. All right, so that was cool stuff. Thank you very much, Reform Trick, for your sub. Yeah, I'm a streamer now. Where's your Twitch Primes? Do you know that you could support the channel with Twitch Prime? What else do streamers do? They say a lot of things. Can we discuss the impact of this card can have in Historic and Pioneer? Karvak the Spiteful. I cannot click the, at least for myself, I cannot click the, I'll look it up though. We have Karvak. Okay, that's it. There's a lot of Karvak cards. Karvak the Spiteful. New card. Oh, whoa. This is a spicy card. All right. So what is this? What is the original effect of this? Saying Karvik the Spiteful, double black, 2 generic, 3/2 creature. Other creatures get -2. Sorry, other creatures get -1/-1. Human Warlock. I think this is the first Warlock I ever heard about in Magic the Gathering. Oh, this is such a spicy card. That deserves a cup of Nescafe Gold Dark Roast. Delicious coffee. Not sponsored yet, but this probably is the last day I like. If I gotta send my sponsorship proposal out to Nescafe. All right, Karvik the Spiteful. What is the original card here? It's like it's an enchantment that gives all creatures -1/-1. I don't remember what it's called though. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This is now the creature form of that enchantment that used to see play a long time ago, especially during the era of Lingering Souls. There was a particular enchantment that Jund decks played, or any deck that played black for that matter. All creatures in play gets -1/-1. Had high impact on Merfolk because it killed off like my Curse Catchers, my Silver Gill Adepts, my Master of Waves, all the 1 toughness creatures. I needed a Lord in play. It was very important. But now they put it on a creature, and I think they're trying to revive this card again because the enchantment, as we see with Plague Engineer is way better as a creature. Even though it's more vulnerable to removal, it's way better than Engineered Plague. Because Engineered Plague doesn't attack. At least Plague Engineer attacks. Also is very good on defense. Like even though you have this Engineered Plague as an enchantment on the battlefield, you can't block. So if your opponent has a big creature in play, it doesn't matter. Or has a few lords, it doesn't matter. Plague Engineer, all right, you like weaken down your opponent's entire board state, and it can block whatever the hell is in play. Has Death Touch, really difficult card to attack into. So I see that probably turning this into a creature is an upgrade. Well, anyway, so what do we want to know? What effect is it going to have in Historic and Pioneer? Could see play in Pioneer would put a little bit of a hurt on decks like Spirits, but unfortunately, it's not really. It's not so. Pioneer is not so creature. Oh no, it's relatively creature centric. I would have to really look at like the stats of all the creatures in Pioneer. Like the mono white deck has, I think, a lot of big, beefy, chunky creatures. So Karvik the Spiteful probably isn't going to have that big of an impact against that deck, and that's one of the decks to beat. By the way, it's not like there's a lot of token strategies to be had. Now in Historic, probably still not doing a lot. Like red-green aggro is really big and beefy and chunky. So like the creature decks that are decks in Historic, they're very large. The creatures are very large. The two notable ones is red-green aggro and also the mono white life gain deck. Like these creatures are very, very big. It will kill. Okay, I'll give it this. It will kill the enablers, things like the Soul Sisters, the Sarah's Ascendant, so that those tiny creatures, that's going to have an impact. But this doesn't come down early. This comes down later. So those, what is it called? Soul Warden. Yeah, Soul Warden. So Soul Warden will get the value early on in the game, and it's possible things like Heliod will put it's Heliod that puts the counters on things, right? Where's the Heliod? Here we go. Sun Crowned. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or enchantment you control. So even this deck can start protecting their board, their team, before they anticipate this Karvik card coming out onto the battlefield, because this is clunky. It is clunky. It's going to be great when it hits the battlefield, but it has to have a much bigger effect. I don't think this is going to have a big impact on Historic, because I don't think there are enough decks in Historic that line up with this card very well. I think it's a powerful card, but it doesn't have a meta. It doesn't have a point in the Historic metagame. Might have more of a point in Pioneer, but even then, that's like it's turned more into a somewhat combo centric format. Both with, I would say the mono white deck is pretty combo centric because of Walking Ballista and Heliod. Then we got the Lotus Breach deck, Dimir Inverter. So there's enough combo decks that like creature based decks don't really don't have that strong of a presence in the format because of Karvik. And like even the creature decks that do exist aren't highly impacted, I think, by this card because they have like 2 toughness or larger. Things like the burn decks, I think it will relatively hurt the spirits deck, but that's about it. So great card, probably not very well positioned to be played right now. Great question though. Really nice analysis that we can have with Karvik the Spiteful. Definitely is going to be a staple somewhere in the long run. I do not doubt it whatsoever. And with that, we're going to take a delicious sip of the Nescafe Gold Dark Roast. Let me know what you're drinking today. Do you drink anything while you're watching this show? I hope you are. At the very least, you should be drinking some tea or something. That delicious, rich taste of coffee going through my veins. I love it every single day. Can't get enough of it. And to be honest, I drink more coffee than usual because of this coffee and MTG thing. I could just fake it with water, but I usually have like a cup of coffee in the morning. And then if I drink it too quickly, I brew up another one. Just for the show. Just for the show. Tuxdev has a really good point about the Mistcast card. You know, if you're playing Mistcast, why not just play Flusterstorm? Sorry, not Mistcast. Miscast. So I mean, if you're playing, Tuxdev likes Spell Pierce more, but like Flusterstorm is more direct comparison. Yes, it is. So Flusterstorm probably does a way better job. Well, I don't know. I honestly, a lot of times when I play Flusterstorm, I can only get it for 2 mana. Because your opponent plays a spell, I play Flusterstorm, so I'm just taxing my opponent for 2 mana. So it's only good, I guess, when I'm on defense. So if I'm on defense, Flusterstorm does as much, if I'm defending my own plays like a combo deck, Flusterstorm does as much as Miscast. But if I'm the proactive player trying to defend, how do I put it? My opponent is making the first spell. Miscast is better than Flusterstorm. What we could say about that. Hello, Valerie von Zerovich. Good morning. Very cute little emojis there. Boros, fist bump to you. Today's storm count. MTG, thank you very much, MTG bot. I got a lot of bots in my chat. My chat is more bots than anything else. Oh, Willie Hall, subscribe. Thank you very much, Willie Hall, from the Willie Hall Experience. We're definitely gonna do some great things together. I will take your money, absolutely, and Twitch will also take your money. Twitch takes a big cut, so I guess this is just how it is. Yes, we see it in chat on. Oh, yeah, we're talking about the subscriptions. So thank you very much. I'm on my way to. I don't know how many subscriptions I have. What do I have? 11 or something. The emotes are going to be, I don't know, we'll probably have, like I said, emotes and all the other stuff. We'll have it all set up by probably Wednesday next week because I'm going to get some coaching from Bother Sean, another Twitch streamer and MTG aficionado who's much more well-versed in Twitch than I am. And we're going to set everything up for Wednesday. So hopefully we have some awesome emotes by that time. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. I haven't said. Well, I'll do my best. I'm gonna do my best. Reformed one trick. People usually make custom things like visuals and sounds that show up on the stream when people sub. Yeah, I know what they do. I just don't know how to do it. From like the Twitch side, it's really intimidating. There's like so much crap going on, and like Twitch has their own thing, and then Streamlabs OBS has its own client, its own web client for setting everything up, and then Stream Elements has their own garbage, and I'm like doing like a mix of everything, and I'm lost. And I'm gonna have probably some like something set up, and then over time I'm gonna add very special Nikachu MTG animations and probably sounds and stuff to the stream to make it more customized. So in the beginning, it's probably going to look like something generic that a lot of other streamers have, but over time, we're going to customize it to give it the Nikachu MTG feel. I imagine the Nikachu the Nikachu Bunny of Waves bunny surfing on a surfboard over waves when someone subscribes. I've got the visual in my mind. We're going to bring it to life. All right, so Lord Magicus is interested in the 2X Modern. He's gonna brew up some stuff, and we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna play some 2X Modern. You can make custom badges that appear next to subs instead of a star. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, I'll make custom badges. I think I can do that. It's not too hard. I think I can do that. It's the least I can do. How many subs do you have now? I don't know, maybe 11, maybe 12. I have not a damn clue what I have. Where is a running total? I have no idea. I should have some. I need like a third I have 2 monitors for this. I need a third monitor. You never have. I need like some sort of mission control monitor for this thing. And I have no idea how to set up a third monitor on my computer. This motherboard looks like it only can take 2 monitors. I'll figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. I got my iPad. This can be a third monitor. There you go. Carvec, hater of tokens. Hater of tokens. That's exactly what it is. And back in the day, I can't remember what the enchantment was called that killed the enchantment version of this, but like that's what it was for. It was just to kill like lingering soul tokens and all other sort of stupid token strategies. Because hey, if you let tokens do what they want, they will kill you. They will absolutely murder you. Usually only mods and bots can post links in the chat. All right. Humans get it. Oh, there we go. Knight of Souls Betrayal. Thank you very much, jumping in there, TuxDev. I can tell what it is when I read it. I just can't bring it out from my memory bank because I never saved it in my memory bank. If it landed versus Affinity, they were once, and they were hyper sad. That's right. That's probably another good point why it existed in the past, because it nailed like token strategies and also affinity strategies, killing Signal Pest, like Ravager needs to be like much bigger when it comes out. Steel Overseer is instantly dead. There was a lot of affinity, and like not to mention their power matters a lot, so everything dies. Valerie von Zerovich, how is Salud? Salud! 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 I'm sure he's sleeping. He's probably doing fine. Oh, sweet. Courtesy SLC just cheered with 50 bits. Yes. Oh, thank you very much for the 50 bits. Now I get bits. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for all these, and also the subscriptions. Courtesy is being very courteous today. It's just splashing everything around. Thank you very much for supporting the Coffee and MTG show. And with that, that calls for another cup of the Nescafe Gold Dark Roast. For any Americans out there, if you travel to Canada, you got to like buy into the Nescafe Gold Dark Roast. Oh, apparently this is like, well, not exclusively to Canada, but it's not in the United States for one reason or another. You're all missing out. That's for sure. Let's see. Remember, if you have any questions, you can at Nikachu MTG, or you can give 3 question marks before or after the question, and I will get to it. Hi to Volk Lagoo. Good morning. What's a coffee and MTG without Hi to Volk Lagoo? I'm doing great, M515. So is your new computer working all right? I think so. I think it's working great. It's well, I mean, the streams are smooth, buttery smooth. Everything is super clean. My computer has like no lagging problems at all. The only weird thing I found with the computer, I don't know if this is normal or not normal, but there's like a swoosh click sound coming from the computer. Like it's it's all overall it's relatively quiet, but that's like the sound. That's sort of the noise that it makes. Is the click normal? Are you making the click right now? Yeah, it's doing it. Swoosh, click, swoosh, click, swoosh, click, swoosh, click. ASMDR time with Nikachu. M515. What is 2X Modern? That's the name I'm giving to modern format. I'm just gonna say no banned cards except for Ivugan. But the point is, you can only play at most 2 of any card. So, normally in Magic, we can play 4 of any card. Here, only 2 of any card. And I'm trying to prove a point that if you restrict the number of cards, like the limit to the number of cards in a deck, certain decks don't run away with power so easily, because once you've killed the creature, they can't replace. Like, for example, Oko. I would rather actually have Oko just limited to one card, but if the format has more and more cards, they have more options to just play the most powerful things. So if you force them to play with less copies of those powerful cards, it is easier to deal with against those decks. I think a lot of decks have enough resources to kill one Oko, but the problem is, after you've killed the Oko and they play the second one, it's like, oh my god. The second Oko? There's so many Okos in this deck. And so when you have 4 of any particular card, there is such a high likelihood that you can replace your most powerful card with a second copy. But if you can reduce it to 2, it becomes significantly less likely that you have it in your opening hand, or you can replace the one that you just played with another one. And it would make decks way more diverse. I mean, you're forced to play with a larger range of cards, and a lot of people criticize my format saying you're going to kill tribal decks. Like, tribal decks can't compete, and I think that's brutally wrong. I think tribal decks will be fine. All decks get watered down. I think the only archetype that benefits the best, but we still have to wait and see, would be control, because they are already playing with like 1-ofs and 2-ofs of, say, the counterspells and planeswalkers. So reducing the card availability to 2 won't be nearly as big of a disadvantage, but who knows, maybe having 2 cryptic commands in the deck is going to be a big problem. Maybe having only 2 Snapcaster Mages is going to be a big problem. 2 Stoneforge Mystics, that's a problem. So anyway, that's exactly what it is. Instead of 4 cards, you get 2 of any particular card. Count your sub points. Where's the sub points? I can't see it on OBS. Can't see it on OBS. That's all I can say. I'm sure in my Twitch dashboard. All right, you want me to look quickly in the Twitch dashboard? Where's my Twitch dashboard? Whoops. It's already here. Where is the dashboard? Can you hear myself for a second? We have... I have 15 subscribers. Thank you very much. We're on our way up. I don't know how many subscribers I need to go pro, but we're on our way up. Thank you very much for all the subs. Speaking of subs, first 25 get founders badges after partnership is obtained. That's interesting. So once I get partnership, if I get partnership, you get some like special you're like some early supporter of Nikachu MTG. You're there. You're the OG fans. The OG fans. Before I get really famous. I think I'm already relatively famous right now. Just not everyone watches me. But I'm relatively famous. Also, something proactive you can do versus Twin. That's right. So you can be like, well, the thing is about Twin now. So like Splinter Twin is going to be legal in my 2x format, but you only have 2 copies. You have only access to 2 copies. So there is going to be a greater range, more opportunity to like ignore the combo, because A, you don't have as many twiddle creatures. You can only play at most 4. 3 Deceiver X. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. You can play like 3 Deceiver Exarchs, 3 Pestermites, and maybe 2 Deceiver Exarchs, 2 Pestermites, and then 2 of the what's it called? There's the Simic one, enters the battlefield and can untap a land, maybe tap a creature. But there's like a 3/2 flash creature that you can also put Twin on. But you have to go Teamer for that. Gotta go Teamer. Might be not impossible, but possible. And another point of the format is that you don't invest as many. You don't need to invest in as many fetch lands. I mean, in theory, like you can only play 2 Scalding Tarns, and of course you're going to play with the replacements. If you need blue, just random blue ones, you play with Flooded Strand. But you don't need play sets of every single fetch land, because you should not need them at all, and that will, in theory, double the availability of all the cards. So, I mean, Wizards could further restrict the availability of cards in the future by making like rares mythic so that it's harder to obtain the cards. But overall, it will double the supply of cards, because you only need 2x copies. You only need 2 Tarmogoyfs. You only need 2 Liliana the Veils. You only need 2 Death Shadows. You only need 2 Goblin Guides, for example. So it will double the availability of cards. You can trade them. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the value of the other cards collapse to nothing, because as the value goes down, as people are selling them, the demand will go up, because there will be a point where the price is low enough where people want to buy into that card at a much lower price. So it's not going to like collapse to nothing. There's going to be some medium point where people are going to enjoy it. It will be cheaper. Will be cheaper, no doubt about that. But or it'll either be cheaper, or it'll be like, I guess, the same price, but a lot more people own it. That's possible. That is an economic possibility as well. Feed Salud. I should have some. Okay, is it today? What is it today? No, it's actually, we're basically, yesterday is the anniversary that Salud has been in Canada. 1 year. Salud has been in Canada for 1 year from Taiwan. From Taiwan to Canada, Salud has now lived in Canada for 1 year. The anniversary was yesterday. We arrived on June 11th, back in Canada. So congratulations to Salud, surviving 1 year in Canada. I think he loves Canada. Absolutely loves it. Weather is more tolerable than Taiwan. Taiwan, it's super hot all the time. At least now it's like a lot cooler. Temperature is a lot better here in Canada. So congratulations to Salud. But I'm going to create a video of Salud being here in Canada, and I will show you his feeding habits, because how we feed him for supper is hilarious. He's usually starving he can sort of feel it, supper is coming, but I only feed him at 6:30 on the nose every single day. I don't feed him earlier nor later. So we feed him at 6:30. So as his stomach gets hungry, he by the way, if anyone's just joining right now, Salud is one of my cats, along with Chubby Meatball, and he starts meowing and crying, and he's trying to get my attention. He jumps up on my computer desk. Whatever, and then then I have to like tease him about the food, and then he gets like, I don't know, more hungry, and then afterwards I give him the food and I have to spoon feed him. So, well, I'll give you a nice update on Salud. Everyone will get to see him eat. What in the world did I just tune in today? Are we ASMR? Yeah, so like the swoosh click, is that a real thing? I don't see anyone talking about it. Good morning, Matadork. Good morning. Great avatar. You might want to check if a fan isn't loosely attached. Okay. I'm not really the person to investigate that. I guess I could ask my brother. He's a little comfortable tearing apart his laptop and stuff like that. M515 says 2X Modern sounds like a ton of fun. And you know what? I mean, I just proposed this thing to the community, and there's a lot of people who rejected it, but there's a lot of people who are like, hey, this is cool. I really agree with this. I want to see it happen. And people ask me, hey, do you have any intention of like making some videos on this? And I'm like, I can't do that. I mean, I need volunteers to help me here. But Willie Hall says, you know what? Like, let's do it. Let's do this. Willie Hall says, let's go play some games. And also, Lord Magicus is also interested. So you know what? And if you're a streamer out there, get back to me. And if you play on Magic: The Gathering Online, let's make some 2X Modern happen. Seems like it would hurt combo decks consistency a lot, but remember, it also hurts our answers. So there's a lot of things in theory it's going to hurt, but maybe in practice it's actually not going to be that bad, because now Storm decks have to utilize, take Storm for example. Okay, they're going to play 2X Bastion Flames, 2X Gifts Ungiven. So how do they still win with their other cards? They'll play Aria of Flame. They'll play other alternative win conditions that still work with the archetype. Aria of Flame. So this is a card that Storm could potentially combo off with, that's going to replace some of their win conditions that they normally had in their deck. Whenever it enters the battlefield, each opponent gains 10 life, but as they cast instant and sorcery spells, it will deal damage to each equal to the number of verse counters on it to target player or planeswalker. All right, so what else do they need? Empty the Warrants. They have these cards already. They're just going to play them in the main deck instead of in the sideboard. So there are cards that they can supplement for like the fact that their strategy gets watered down, but they can replace it with a lot of other cards. There's tons of cantrips if they lose cantrips, there's tons of cantrips to replace it with. That's not a big deal. So there's a lot of options I think that Storm has available, and they will have the same problems as they did before. In some ways, it might even be better for them, because instead of fearing 4 Chalice of the Void, they only need to fear 2 Chalice of the Void, right? So anyway, just something interesting to think about when we look at 2X Modern. A lot of things in theory look like they don't work, but in practice, they might actually work really well. Control deck shouldn't be playing Stoneforge Mystic anyway. I mean, technically, it's probably more of like a mid-range deck, but the cards overlap so much, like a control deck, that I would still put in that sort of control territory. We already got the badge, though. All right, well, that's great. Oh, Kiosk, thank you very much, Kiosk. All the love to Kiosk. Thank you very much for subscribing. So what, that means my subscribers went up? My subscribers went up. We're at 16 subscribers. I got sub points, 16 sub points. I don't know what the sub points are for. Someone got 5-0 with blue-white Lurrus Merfolk in today's league dump. Wow, Unsettled Mariner doing some work, I guess. That's interesting. I'm not a huge fan. I see where people want to go with Unsettled Mariner, but I don't really see its value right now. Hey, if it's actually really good against Mono Red Prowess, okay, I'll be a believer, because that's a matchup where I would like a little bit of help, to be honest. And so if Unsettled Mariner actually does something there, then I think it's really worth it, because in my opinion, that Prowess matchup is just chaos. It's absolute hell. I do not look forward to that Prowess matchup whatsoever. Finally, we found this. You got the sub button. Yes, I got the sub button. First you need to meet the requirements. Then you need to fill out the tax forms, and then you get the money. That's how it works here on Twitch. That is how it works. Here's the deck dump on MTG Goldfish. I cannot click this, or can I click this? Can I, where is the deck dump? Is it going to show up on the right? Oh, okay, hold on. Maybe we can make this happen. All right, so here's the deck dump. Lurrus Jund, what are we looking for? Lurrus Merfolk? It's probably going to be like Lurrus Blue, or is it this one? Floatius? No. Well, if you're going to give me the link, you could have given me just directly to the Merfolk thing. Where... Doesn't even show the... Oh, no. Here, okay. It says lists here. But always with Merfolk, they never really tell you Merfolk. They just tell you... Here we go. Here we go. All right, so... We got one Lurrus. Oh, we got to make this bigger. I never respected the Control Plus feature on computers, but now that I do these streams, I respect it a lot more now. So we got one Lurrus. We got some usual suspects: Benthic Biomancer, Harbinger of the Tides. That's interesting. 4 Harbinger of the Tides. I would never think that this is super... Well, do you know what? Against Prowess, I guess it's okay. If you can flash this in against a Swift, like a Soulscar Mage, that's still worth it. Lord of Atlantis, Master of the Pearl Trident, Trickster, Silver Gill Adept, Sig River Guide. That is not worth it. I really do not care. This I have no belief in this card. Unsettled Mariner, I can believe. Spell Snare. All right, whatever. A Force Negation. Got 3 Spreading Seas. Looks like relatively good mana base. 2 Cavern, 2 Hollow Fountain, 4 Island, 4 Mutavault, 4 Seachrome Coast. Actually, do you have enough white sources? 4, 8, 10. Cavernous Souls works. Yeah, okay, so that works. Ceremonious Rejection, probably not too bad right now in the metagame. Relic, Grafdigger's Cage, Relic, Ether Gust. So is this like good Mono Red Prowess hate? Celestial Purge, exile target black or red permanent. That's probably really good against Prowess. Like I said, I hate Prowess. Prowess is not doing very well against Prowess. This is a nice card against Prowess. 2 Disenchant. 1 Spreading Seas, 1 Mystical Dispute. So we're sort of light on counter magic. We're really light on counter magic. So I don't know how well this is going to perform against, I don't know, combo decks, because we don't really have anything for combo. Well, we do have some counter magic, but it's like really narrow. But whatever. Interesting list. Curious to know what the matchups are. Very congratulations to Katobu, or Katobu. So congratulations to Katobu, who went... And they're playing with, like, Lurrus in the sense that they don't need to tick the vial up to 3. They can just, pay the 3 mana and then just cast the card, which I think is also very nice, which is like useful. It's just very hard for you to always wait for your Ether Vial and tick it up to 3 just so you put the Lurrus in your hand and vial it into play. So really good stuff. If anyone can replicate that, that'd be great. Oh, so you did have the Merfolk list. I didn't see it. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oh, you're Josie. I thought you would take a hint with the feed salute. You know what? A lot of people want to feed salute. Maybe, and you know what? You started this great hashtag thing. All right, Josie. Thanks for giving me the heads up. So now Wasias is also interested in 2x Modern. Sub points going up lead to being able to make more emotes is a metric for partner. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, M550 he did give me the I did not see it. It was cut off. Reformed one trick. Why is the Merfolk list just called blue-white? Is this why we never we're never above the 1% meta? Yes, it is. This is 100% why. So now not Wizards. MTG Goldfish will go back and rename these things. They do it all the time. So if we even look at my can we just look up hold on, let me go find Nikachu MTG Goldfish. Oh wow, what the hell went on? What happened here? What happened here? What's going on? They wiped out Merfolk. Okay, what I was about to say is that initially MTG Goldfish will call it like blue-green or blue or whatever the hell the color pie is, and they will go back and name it the appropriate thing. And I wanted to make the argument like everything. Is this just because I'm zoomed in? No, it's not. This is real. And then over time, it goes back. It will be called Merfolk. But now we look here. They've wiped out Merfolk. We have 0% of the metagame because MTG Goldfish went out of their way to wipe Merfolk out of existence. What is going on here? Saffron Olive, what are you doing? What kind of operation is this? So they have actually gone out of the way to actually just wipe us out of the metagame by name. We're just now all this other stupid stuff. Blue, red, blue, green, blue, blue, blue. This is nonsense. They used to anyway, so this is what used to happen. We would be called blue-green, and then for the entirety of the most recent metagame percentages, we would never count because we were never named Merfolk. We were just spliced off into blue, green, and blue. And then when they are not collecting the most recent metagame percentages, they would go back and then fix it and call it Merfolk. They always did. But now when I'm looking at these results, this is like Firefox blocked a fingerprinter on this page. Whatever. I don't know what that means. Sounds scary. But anyway, they have not. Anyway, I'm shocked. I'm shocked here, people. I'm shocked. They've wiped Merfolk. Clean slate. There's no Merfolk here. It's just they actually went back and just erased it. Now we have no Merfolk lists, period. What if I click on one? Does it say anything? No. But maybe this is with all the decks. Look at this. Like everything is renamed to some trash. Blue, white, Woog, WBG. So maybe this is not a conspiracy against Merfolk. This is actually pretty consistent with all the decks. So it seems like they don't even name things anymore. That's a bit weird. So what's the point of their metagame percentages? What's the point of this function when we can't even see it? Anyway, okay, so maybe it's not a conspiracy against Merfolk. F is right. F's in the chat for the metagame breakdown on MTG Goldfish. And with that, I'm going to take a delicious swoosh of my Nescafe Gold Dark Roast coffee and my wonderful Nikachu, official Nikachu MTG mug. Lord Magicus's mono blue devotion list is just called blue. Maybe they're So one of two things. Maybe MTG Goldfish is doing something in the background with their database that's messing everything up, or because like all the old records are changed. They're all changed. They're not what they used to be. So that can't be like, it can't be like, oh, they don't have enough workers like changing the name to the appropriate name. They like literally the old data has like lost its name. So I don't know what it is about that, but whatever. Where's Merfolk love in Core 21? Every other tribe is getting love. Do you think Wizards doesn't care to support us anymore? I think Wizards, it's hard to tell what, like, how we define support. There is one good thing that Wizards did that supported us big time. They reprinted all the core Merfolk in that Merfolk versus Goblins thing. And also they reprinted Silvergill Adept. The core Merfolk cards, aside from like Cavernous Souls, Aether Vial, Force of Negation, Chalice of the Void, all the other core Merfolk cards are dirt cheap. Lord of Atlantis was printed a million times. They reprinted Master of the Pearl Trident in like Merfolk versus Goblins. So if you want to get into Merfolk, it costs nothing. It's like one of the cheaper decks like to buy into, and then you can upgrade to the more expensive pieces later. So I would say Wizards has given us support. And I've definitely heard from the fairies community. It's like, oh, the Merfolk community. Oh, boo-hoo, Merfolk community. Oh, you didn't get your one drop. But you know what? You didn't like wait 10 sets just to get like one playable fairy. And like, you know, you look at the fairy playables and it's like really not a whole lot. Like I try to make a fairy deck and frankly, there is not a whole lot going on there. Spellstarter Sprite is pretty shite these days. They don't have many good one drops either. They got like Pestermite, but that's only good if you like combo off with like Kiki Jiki or something like that. They've got one Lord. It's a pretty good Lord, but like they only have one Lord, so they're like hurt. There's a lot of other tribes that are hurting really bad that could use a lot more support. And certainly, you know, I mean, there's all sorts of tribes like Satyrs and Kithkins that could use some support for sure. If there was one tribe that doesn't need any more support, it's humans. But like with nothing we can do about that, they're just going to keep giving humans. So I think Wizards has given like Merfolk a lot of love. They're just, I still want the damn one drops. Give me the effing one drop, all right? Do it, Wizards. Just make it happen. What do I have to do? Do I have to literally work at Wizards? But I don't think I'd be eligible. Whatever. I don't think I'm blacklisted anymore. So anything is possible. Anything is possible. I got to sign up to their content creator program. It's going to be interesting when I sign up again. I wonder if they're going to accept me the second time around. First time around, they did. Kyoka, good morning. Good morning. Or sorry, good afternoon, Kyoka66. Good morning. What do we got here? Oh, Josie, thank you very much for the subscriptions. What are we at? 17 subscriptions? Thank you very much. We're going to further feed salute. Hashtag feed salute is still on the way. Yeah, we're at 17 subscriptions now. Mikey J says, maybe we shouldn't be deciding our deck choices based on MTG Goldfish's evaluation of the metagame. I don't put a super lot of weight into MTG Goldfish. Like, I use a little bit. But I definitely use a combination of my own experience in the metagame. I look at the top 32 of the, the modern challenges, which are published publicly on both MTG Goldfish and also on MTG Top 8. I look at the deck dumps to look for some patterns, and I try to combine that all together to make my own picture of what the metagame is. Yeah, and that's about it. R.I.P. Kithkins. And if anyone wants to know, Bother Sean, this is going to be my stream coach right here. He does stream coaching. If you want to set something up, go check out Bother Sean on Twitter. All the love to Bother Sean. It's going to help get my stream up and running, get it up to speed like all the other streamers out there, because I have better things to do than to try to learn on my own from scratch. Why learn from your own on scratch when you can have coaches like this, like Bother Sean here? Any deck with banned cards goes to just the colors and no name. They may have done the same to decks posted before the companion change rule. I guess there are a lot of... Okay, that's interesting. So it just goes to show that there's all these decks that had banned cards. Like blue-green, I understand. I played with Oko, but my mono blue decks, I don't think they had any banned cards. I don't think I played with any cards that got banned. It's not like I played with Krark Clan Ironworks back in the day. Well, I don't know if I was officially blacklisted, but let me just tell you this. Like, only one Wizards of the Coast employee follows me on Twitter, and it's only because of chess. Let's just say that. And they don't respond to any of my messages. That's basically how it goes. But I did get free product from them once. They sent me something in the mail. So so there was like, they very recently, maybe it's all good between me and Wizards. Oh, thank you very much, Bother Sean. This should be the other way around. Should be the other way around, Bother Sean. Thank you very much for the subscription. Bother Sean. The Bother Sean just keeps on giving. So thank you very much. What are we at now? Up at the 18 subscriptions? We're at 18. Thank you very much, Bother Sean. Yay! More subscriptions, more food for Salud. He loves eating. How do you feel about MTG Top 8 metagame stats versus MTG Goldfish? Before it was... Okay, so before I had no problem with MTG Goldfish's stats. Right now it's getting like really sketchy because the thing is MTG Top 8 included a lot of garbage stats from people's local FNMs, which I think are trash. Because like it's like a metagame of like 8 people. So... And then the thing is certain local game stores were publishing lists more often than other local game stores. So if you had like a local game store with 8 people playing the same 8 decks, they could like weight up the metagame stats. So anyway, I thought MTG Top 8's metagame share stats were like just pure garbage, but I still liked going there because they were publishing the lists and stuff like that. But then over time, they're like not publishing all the deck dumps. And then at some point I'm like, do you know what? MTG Top 8, you're just full of it. And I'm just going to go to MTG Goldfish. So MTG Goldfish, so now both of them, both the metagame share stats are out of whack. They're pretty much useless. But I like going to MTG Gold. I still use both of them. I like how everything's laid out on MTG Top 8. It's like, so like, let me show you. So the good thing about MTG Top 8 is that everything's laid out really quickly and easily. Control minus. Like, look at this. On the left, you have all the archetypes. They're all of them. Here they are. See? Everything. You see numbers. You see triangles and stuff like that. Everything is really easy access. I have all the information really easily in front of me. And I like that. I want to jump to Pioneer. I can jump to Legacy. I can jump to Standard. Love the layout of MTG Top 8. Compare that to like MTG Goldfish. It's really cumbersome. All right, so I got to go to decks. I got to go to metagame. So now I don't even see all, like, it puts me initially to standard. Okay, whatever, fine. I go to modern. I still don't see all the decks. And I'm a little distracted by the pictures and like the first 3 cards in the deck. Like, what do I care about this? This is not important at all. It's just taking up space for no reason. These things are fine, but I don't see the whole picture yet. And I have to scroll down to get all the information. And then we go into budget decks. All right, so now if I want to see more, it just puts me back to the top. So I really, really don't like how this is laid out. There's potential here for being really, really good, but like the picture doesn't do anything to me. This is a waste of space. I do like that it gives me the price. I think that's cool. The average price is great. And then even when we go in, let's like look at Erosa. I think this is just a little bit too scattered. So you have a deck list and you have all these other deck lists to the right, and I have to go down. I'm not impressed with how this is all laid out. Really, I'm not particularly happy. I just want information as quickly as possible. Red deck wins. All right, here's all the red deck wins, and I can even see Modern Challenge. Look, event, I don't know what that is. I don't care. I don't care about the qualifiers. I don't care about this FR12. Magic the Gathering Online preliminary, beautiful. Let's look at the list. There's the list. Boom, that's everything I need to know. Here are the prices and ticks and all that other stuff. So I love the layout of MTG Top 8, but like the data, you just cannot take this for granted anymore. Like these numbers are like somewhat meaningless. You have to go in, and I will look at like Modern Challenge. Okay. And this really sucks. Like, another thing, MTG Top 8, now only gives you like the top 8 of the Modern Challenge. They don't give you like the top 32. I think MTG top 8 actually. So now MTG Goldfish does better on that. So you can look at the top. Like they both suck is what I really want to say. They're both trash. So you got to make the best out of both of them. So we see humans, burn, Erosa, and then I look for the patterns. Okay, what's at the top? What is consistently being at the top? We see a lot of Erosa. We see some Eldrazi here. Another Erosa at the top. A burn deck made to the top. Blue-black, what is this? Oh, okay, mill deck made it to the top. We have a control... What is this? A Yorion Blink deck. All right, that's interesting. But anyway, so the point is, you got to like dig in there and figure the stuff out somewhat for yourself. Did I get... Where am I here? I get free product from them all the time when I streamed MTG on Twitch. That's great. So I guess they show more love to the streamers really than to the they show way more love to streamers than they do for the YouTubers, that's for sure. We need to get to 50 subs so we can unlock all the emotes. Yes, all the emotes that I don't have yet, but we're gonna have them hopefully by Wednesday. Do you have a schedule for streaming? I think I have some schedule in Twitch below, but it might not be recognizing my Friday streams. So basically, if you want to know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we do these coffee and MTGs, these Q&A chats here, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, we do gameplay, mostly Merfolk. I'm a Merfolk master here, people. Also, I need to go to the BMV here in 10 minutes. How long are you streaming today? So I'll be back at 1 o'clock p.m., so you can find me then. And I will be streaming until probably until 4 o'clock Central Standard Time, around there-ish. I was talking to my friend about cards that could be banned in Modern soon, and he said that Uro is very likely to be banned soon, in his opinion. What would be your opinion on this, Nikachu? I don't think Uro's going to get banned, not anytime soon. It's like, it's hard to fit Uro into a deck. A lot of people are like, people recognize this card is good, but what is the shell? And really, it's just played in like a banned control deck. That's basically it. It's a good card advantage engine. It's a good win condition, gains life. It does everything a control deck wants. Puts their head above water while still keeping the flow of cards. Overall, no one else can really abuse it. It's not oppressive or anything, so I don't think Uro is any danger of getting banned anytime soon. And especially since very few decks can play it. Like, the cards that get banned are usually cards that a lot of decks are playing. Things like Faithless Looting, things like, what's it called? Mox Opal, things like Oko. Those cards that are really powerful and are played by a very wide range of decks, that's when they're in real danger. Uro is only played in one deck. Oh, no, sorry, 2 decks. Urza as well, but not many. It's very few in the grand scheme of things. When can we see on Commander Nights? Probably never. But you know what? If they're watching, you can always DM me. Four of Spades says, I refreshed. It only shows a tip button. I guess you have to refresh again. Never mind. Found it. Thanks. Let's see if... Recently stumbled upon really great layout and archetypes. mtgdex.net. I guess I'll check that out another time. They are brand new as of 2 days ago. We are working to set up a stream so you have everything. That's right. We're going to work together. Tuxdev knows everything about data and statistics. Garbage in, garbage out. That's what these meta sites are. Too much trash coming in, therefore trash are coming out. What do you think of Chalice in the new meta so far? It's playable. It's playable. It's definitely going to be playable. Prowess, burn, it's still good against Ad Nauseam. Playing it on 0 or 1 is still going to have an impact, so still playable. Not worth having in the main deck. Well, you could, I guess, but like still definitely playable. Dexter Johnson also can vouch for mtgdex.net, is a really good resource. That's my go-to. So maybe I got to go there more often. mtgdex.net. I never heard of it, to be honest. Or maybe I heard of it and I just never went there. Let's take a quick look at mtgdex.net. So MTG Modern, I like that. Look, very quick, easy layout. And boom. Okay, that's pretty cool. So we got Burn, Jund, Red Deck wins. And it's funny to see how like all the websites have like a different perspective on the meta share, which just shows, you know, how inconsistent the data is. But this looks a little bit more reasonable, especially based on like the data that comes out from Wizards of the Coast, which is curated. So it's a lot more flat, which is what it should be. Vizier, Rosa. Whoa, Rosa is so low, but like only the team or Rosa. Is there like an Uro? Sorry, a Simic Rosa? Maybe it's around, but I can't see it. All right, this is actually pretty cool. I like this. And this is like a lot more to what I want to see. You've got the deck, you see the colors, the picture doesn't take up all the space. You see the metagame percentages, you see the number of decks, but you also see the price. I like that. I like that a lot. It's beautiful. But like 778 decks, that's like a really... They're taking up percentages from maybe way too long ago. So we click on this. What do we see? I like this. This actually is incredible. This is actually incredible. Thank you everyone for suggesting this. Like screw MTG Goldfish and MTG Top 8. I'm not going in there anymore. I'm an immediate believer of MTGDex.net. Send us to raid another card hoarder pal before logging. A card hoarder pal? Okay, so which one should we... Okay, so we're going to have to end the stream right now. I got to take my lunch break before we get back to the stream at 1 o'clock p.m. But thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you for checking us with Coffee and MTG. Another delicious day with coffee. We had some really good discussions. We learned some things. Hey, I learned some things about mtgdex.net. That's pretty cool. It's a great website. Burn always does great after a meta change. Okay, we need to raid someone. So we will raid someone. I got mission control here. Let's... I'm going to look for... Let's see how well this works here. So just remind everyone, we have Coffee and MTG. If you're watching on YouTube, we have Coffee and MTG every weekday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, Mondays to Fridays. Twitch.tv. Let's go look for, well, who's talking right now? So I'm going to send you all off. So if you're on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. This has been Nikachu, Merfolk Master, with drink another cup of coffee with all you fine people. All right, I'm going to send you all off to, for everyone on Twitch still here, let's... let's help out Caleb. So let's help out Caleb, sure. I think, is Caleb a card hoarder person? Raid Rats Relic 7. He's a good friend of mine and a great content creator. 50 people currently watching. Rats Relic. All right. Good luck. Everyone, go check out Rats Relic. Here we go. Where is my manager? Enjoy, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, the I raids. I don't think I rated them properly. Rats, Relic 7. How do I do this? Click the raid button. I do have the raid button. Control copy. Raid. All right, we have 12 viewers ready to raid. Excellent. Beautiful. We're on our way.